Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these peanut butter and jelly dice that were sent to me by Geek On. Thanks.
And I guess.
Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 5. Soda bread. Soda bread is a dense and hearty bread made by using baking soda instead of yeast as the leavening agent. This particular loaf has raisins in it and has the texture of a scone. Interesting start today. We'll see how it goes. Next up, let's roll for our main.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
2. Spam.
Wait, my dad used to say that all the time, and I never understood why he would do that. And now all makes sense.
And now for something completely different. We've got our nice slice of Spam here. We're gonna grill it up, get a nice char on it. Gonna cut it
all
in
makes
strips
sense
here.
now.
Yes, I'm using the bread knife, but it's already dirty.
I thought he was
from
just
cutting
kind
the
of
bread.
weird.
Why dirty another knife? Next up, let's roll for cheese. 6. Brie. Brie is similar to the camembert that I had on the show before. But
Okay, chat, do you like brie? Do you think brie is good? Brie.
it has a slightly higher butterfat content and comes from a different region of France. And today it gets to be the maiden voyage of my new cheese cutter. Looks like it works. I have a...
With on like crackers or something based. But even so, I'd rather have like a nice square slice of like some sharp cheddar cheese. I don't really like this like super, I don't know, it's like a combination of creamy but has a weird bite to it at the same time. I don't like it.
somewhat controversial opinion where I don't really like the rind of these types of cheeses, but this time, just for you all, I'm going to leave it
Based.
on. Though that may
Based.
negatively
I knew I liked
impact
him for a
the score
reason.
of the sandwich. Next up, let's
True.
roll roughage. 2 bean sprouts and 11 none. So, unfortunately, I had canned soybean sprouts today. I've had bean sprouts on the roughage list for maybe about a month and kept not rolling them and then accidentally letting the bag of fresh bean sprouts in my fridge go bad. I don't like to waste stuff on this show, so I bought canned bean sprouts, and now I'm going to have to deal with that. Next up, let's roll Wild Magic. 10. Cilantro, lime, pepper salt. This is exactly what it sounds like. Salt with cilantro, lime, and red pepper. All right, and last but not least, it's our D20 sauce roll. 14. Lingonberry jam. Lingonberries are a small berry that is very common in Sweden and Swedish cuisine. They kind of taste a little bit like a...
I gotta see if I can get that. Just for the fucking memes, dude. Just for the memes. We lost the cheese, but we gained the jam and the sweetbread. Honestly, I think it's a decent
small
trade.
berry that is very common in Sweden and Swedish cuisine. They kind of taste a little bit like a sweeter cranberry. They'd actually pair really well with baked brie. I'm not sure about the
I
rest
don't even know if
of
I'm
it.
gonna
Let's
like
get our
this, but
sandwich
just for
closed up here.
the meme, I have
Get
to
our
get it.
toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. Okay. Well, this one is kind of all over the place today. I am not feeling too great about it. Let's taste it. That's not a fun texture. Those canned bean sprouts are horrible and kind of take over the entire sandwich. And the
It looks
funk
bad.
of the brie rind is covered up for the most part. And the crumbly, dense soda bread isn't doing this one any favors. Just not a fun one to eat.
like a 2.
I'm going to give this one a 2.1, and
Yep.
I'm going to call it so depressing. All right,
So
Earl, here's your snack.
depressing.
Well, that's it for me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next.
Damn, that's tough, dude.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these swirly pink and blue dice that were sent in by a viewer. Thanks. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 4. Rye. Fun fact, the rye plant is part of the true grasses family, so the next time somebody tells you to touch grass, just make a sandwich. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 4. Salami.
Oh, I love
Go hang a
salami.
salami, I'm a lasagna hog, is a palindrome. Weird Al taught me that. Next up, let's roll
Wait,
for
what?
cheese. 6. Picante Gouda. I recently went to the Nellis Dutch Village in Holland, Michigan, and picked up a couple different kinds of interesting Gouda, or Gouda. This pesto picante Gouda is infused with basil and tomato and spices. It's really tasty, even if it does look a little bit like Play-Doh. I think our flavors are working pretty well here so far.
It's kind of gas.
Went to the Nellis Dutch Village in Holland, Michigan, and picked up a couple different kinds of interesting Gouda, or Gouda. This pesto picante Gouda is infused with basil and tomato and spices. It's really tasty, even if it does look a little bit like Play-Doh. I think our flavors are
I
working
wanna
pretty
try
well
that,
here
though.
so
That
far.
looks
The
gas.
spices in the salami should go well with the tomato and cheese flavors. All right, it's time to roll for roughage. 1 water chestnuts and 3 nopalitos.
No.
Again, I'm really not a fan of water chestnuts. I have some more of that can I opened last time, so this time I'm going to rinse them, pat them dry, and see if that helps at all. A lot of you said they really don't have a flavor to you, but to me they have a very distinct flavor that I don't like. And now for our nopalitos. This is prickly pear cactus cut into strips. And this particular kind is jarred alongside serrano peppers. I'm also rinsing these because the instructions on the jar say to. I had a little taste and it's pretty spicy, but pretty tasty. I'm interested to see what combinations we can make with these in the future. All right, let's hit it with a little wild
The
magic.
chestnuts thing look awful, though.
Nat 20, I get to pick. All right, I think I'm gonna go with 19, heat it. We'll do that after we apply our sauce. All right, last but not least, it's our D20 sauce roll.
Any tips for small
1
streamers?
big bad ketchup.
Less than 3.
Yeah. Focus less on quote-unquote grinding. Focus way more on marketing. Shorts, YouTube videos, TikTok, etc. Why should people watch you? If you have 3 hours a night to do content, do an hour and a half of streaming and an hour and a half of marketing.
From a critical hit to a critical fail, this sauce that I've dubbed the failed death save
Wait,
is
what did he get?
10 to 1. We'll do that after we apply our sauce. All right, last but not least, it's our D20 sauce roll. 1 big bad ketchup. From a critical hit to a critical fail, this sauce that I've dubbed the failed death save is 10 different ketchups that I mixed together.
Wait, that kind of looks good, though.
Did. All right, we're gonna butter the outside of our sandwich and get it in our pan here with a little bit of water to help melt the cheese.
Wait, that looks good,
and
though.
through the magic of video editing, now it is completely
That looks
ready.
fire!
Check it out. We got a nice golden brown on both sides. Let's get it to the cutting board. All right, here we go. And let's get our toothpicks in to do absolutely nothing. And let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. That's an interesting one. I don't know how this is gonna go. I really have no predictions. Let's give it a taste. This is weirdly much better than I expected. The tomatoey pesto cheese combined with the ketchup kind of more tastes like pasta sauce. But even with the rinsing and everything else, I still taste the water chestnuts. I definitely thought it would be a lot worse though. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 6.5 and I'm gonna call it the Saka. That's it for me today. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you again on Wednesday.
Yeah, the water chestnuts are... that's just vile. I don't know why that'd be on the list.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'll be using these chicken dice that were sent in by a viewer. Thanks. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 6, roll for each slice. All right, rolling 2d6 to determine our slices. 3 bagel and 5 rye. All right, well, this should prove interesting. I think I'll use the slice of rye as the base since it doesn't have a hole in it. We'll see how this goes. Next up, let's roll for our main. 4, salami. Salami for the second episode
salami.
in a row.
I haven't had salami in a
That is
minute.
totally fine by me. It's one of the better options. All right, let's roll for cheese.
That's ratings are so
6,
close. He's got the
picante
sandwich
Gouda.
tier list memorized.
Okay, now I'm getting a little bit of deja vu. We did indeed have this same cheese on Monday. No, you don't need to calibrate your screen. That is actually how red this cheese is. It's got nice flavors of tomato and basil and works pretty well with the salami, so I'm not mad. All right, let's roll for roughage. Double 9s, double grapes. All right, well, we've definitely deviated from Monday's sandwich. Let me share something with you. This thing is not a sponsor, but if you are the parent of a toddler and you do not own a grape cutter, I'm about to change your life. This thing quarters grapes super fast. I used to spend a lot of time cutting grapes into non-choking sized pieces before I got this thing. Highly recommend. We'll see if I recommend grapes on a sandwich. All right, let's hit it with a little wild magic.
That's
5
awesome.
mini stroopwafels. Stroopwafels are Dutch cookies, which consist of 2 thin layers of wafer sandwiched around a caramel filling. They were first created in the city of Gouda, which is where the cheese gets its name. Waffles are Dutch cookies, which consist of 2 thin layers of wafer sandwiched around a caramel filling. They were first created in the city of Gouda, which is where the cheese gets its name. This is going to be an interesting one for sure. All right, and last but not least, we have the D20 sauce roll. I'm using this big D20, so I'm gonna have to roll it a little different. 3, jalapeno relish. All right, so we're going to add a little spice to our creation.
I'm not a big
today.
relish guy, but that looks
This
okay.
stuff's pretty tasty, not incredibly spicy, but it's got a nice little kick to it. There are probably worse things we could have rolled for sauce. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
Oh boy.
Get
Oh
our toothpicks
boy.
in to hold it together.
Oh no.
And let's go ahead and get it cut in half.
You drink coffee? What's your
Let's
hot
take
drink
a
of
look at that
choice? Hot
cross
chocolate.
section. Grapey. From half a bagel and 1 slice of bread all the way to cookies and grapes. This one is quite
This
the
is
creation
something.
today. Let's give it a taste. This one is just straight up weird. It's not that bad. Green
It's gonna be
grapes
like a
are a little more
5.
tart than other types of grapes, so that helps with the tomato flavors and the meat.
All things are fine.
But then you've got cookies to just pull it in the sweet direction even more. I don't know, man. But there's nothing heinous about it. I think I'm going to go with a straight 5 for this one. And I'm going to call it the Grape
Y'all
Escape.
gonna start thinking
Hope
that
you
I
have a great
watched
day,
these
and
early. Y'all are gonna start thinking I watched these already.
Good afternoon, extraterrestrials, interdimensional beings, and beyond. And welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the show where I just make a sandwich the normal way that everyone on Earth does. Let's go. Today I'll be rolling these various numbered polygons that were sent in by a viewer. Thank you. First up, let's roll for bread. 4, super bread. This bread from Trader Joe's features pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, carrots, dried apples, and sesame
Jesus
seeds. And it draws
Christ.
its power from Earth's yellow sun. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 11, roll 2d12. All right, let's roll for our 2 mains now. 4, fried egg, and 11, 2d12. All right, let's get
Oh
our
my
fried
God.
egg on here. Please join me in singing the traditional Earth folk song. It's fried egg, gotta get down on fried
No,
egg.
stop, dude. I was in middle school when that song came out, and dude, it literally owned the internet for like a year. Oh my god. I think it was the most disliked video on YouTube until Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out. Oh, mosquito or some shit in my fucking. Oh god, dude, that makes me feel so old. Also, the whole meme of this is, if you hadn't, oh yeah, I'm kind of blocking it, but in the top right, I think this was like the day that the U.S. government was like, yeah, aliens are real, and everyone's like, we don't care.
All right, let's roll for 2 more mains. 8, roast beef, and 10 leftovers. All right, we'll get a few slices of roast beef on here. Careful not to break our yolk. And the leftovers I have for today are SpaghettiOs. Living with a toddler really adds an
Toddler, okay, never mind.
extra
Different
level
story.
of danger to that leftovers roll. I mean,
I was gonna say, why would you have leftovers of SpaghettiOs? But it makes sense
no,
now.
yeah, this is completely normal. All right, next up, let's roll for cheese. 1, port wine spread. This is much more of a snacking or appetizer cheese, meant to be eaten with crackers and the like. It's a cheddar cheese spread swirled with sweet port wine, just like a dessert wine. It's tasty on its own, but I can't help but feel we are already in too deep here.
On the list.
Snacking or appetizer cheese, meant to be eaten with crackers and the like. It's a cheddar cheese spread swirled with sweet port wine, just like a dessert wine.
Oh, did I ever tell you guys? Wait, when I was working in Overwatch League, so I worked in craft office, like Patriots Stadium, stuff like that, in Boston instead of in LA. And I had a coworker. She technically worked on the Patriots side, but like did a little bit of esports stuff. She was like gluten free, and one day she made me made like stuff, and she's like, oh, like you should try one. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of okay. And she's like, no, you should try it, it's gonna be really good. And so she had me try something, and it had this like spreadable vegan cheese. I've never in my life actually had to bite the inside of my mouth to not spit something out like this, because I didn't want her to like she was watching me eat it, and I was like, you know when you like really bite hard and you're like, you know, like I was like, oh my god. I still think to this day she tried to kill me. I don't understand how anyone eats that. I know if like you're like gluten free or like you're vegan or like, you know, like you have to have separate options, but like I was truly like, why did you just do this to me?
tasty on its own, but I can't help but feel we are already
I was just
into the
minding my damn
day.
business.
All right, next up, let's roll roughage. 5 mango and 6 tomato. Continuing the theme of eating things my toddler didn't finish, here's some mango that was already prepped for them that I just need to cut into smaller slices for a sandwich. Got a weirdly skinny Roma
The
tomato
local 11
today,
guys
so
during time of that? I
slicing
don't
that
think
up.
so.
We'll throw on a layer of
Oh,
tomato
no.
here.
I might have actually. The name seems familiar. I don't know why.
There is just so
Long
much
time ago
going
now.
on with this sandwich.
Forgot a lot.
already. All right, next up, let's hit it with some wild magic. 9 crushed red pepper. Yes, because this garbage pile of a sandwich needs some spice. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. 16 Keen's mustard. Keen's is a hot mustard from Canada, and this jar was sent to me by Sandwich Dad. Thanks.
Man, that looks gas. I'd love to
From
try
Canada,
that.
And this jar was sent to me by Sandwich Dad. Thanks, Sandwich Dad. I don't really know if there was an ideal sauce roll for this situation, but there were probably worse ones. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's go ahead and get it cut in half. Let's take a look at that cross section. Looks like a lot. Well, I for one welcome our new alien overlords. Not sure I welcome this sandwich though. Let's give it a taste.
I know way too many people who wear this same hat.
There are just so many things going on here, and they don't go together very well. And on top of that, it's kind of mushy. Yeah, this one's going to get a 4.3 from me, and I'm going to call it the UFO no. Hope you all have a great day. I'll see you next episode, and I hope to see you at Gen Con.
That's pretty funny.